Welcome to the Imperium Forex daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everybody, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, the silver price action overnight has clearly hesitated towards that $17.1525 area and currently trades around $17.04. On the day I expect to see a mild pullback which could see potentially fresh buying from $16.85. It is viewed that since the recovery from that $16 support region is the market's not too far away from topping out. The reason behind that is that the stochastic is actually pulling up towards the overbought region, and also the MACD is rolling over on the histogram. That being said though, we should still give room in case we see a break of 17.1525. As this would project an upside move to $17.60 and reassess from there. Moving on to gold, well, the market did hit a bit of a bump overnight towards the top side as it retreats for the second time away from that 60 region, or just in front of that 1,270.72 resistance. In light of the current pattern here, I'm a little bit cautious to come out with any bullish call today, and we could see a further decline with the immediate support coming in now at 49 and then lower towards 1,244. And that's where I feel the market may retaliate and see a recovery from there and look back towards the resistance of 56 and then up towards 61 to 62. Now that being said, do keep a close watch to these technicals. If we do get a break of 44, that would give further scope to the downside and look to a target of 12.36 to 38. Well, the Australian dollar did rally overnight and break above that 74.90 challenge, but you can see here it's ended by posting a doji. Now, with a doji in play, does indicate that the market is showing some hesitance of rallying further. On the day, I expect to see a range holding of 74.55 to 75.25 and still view towards the 75 handle as a potential supply zone. With the bulls on the back foot, could now see further pressure to the downside, and a break beneath 55 would give further scope towards 73.80.95. And as I mentioned, any advances, I do see a market to foul towards 75.25. Well, the euro dollar bulls have continued to build a bullish case against the top side, but you can see here that the market is clearly rejected from that 112.80 to 112, around that 80 figure, and from there it looks on the day for possibly for a pullback. What started the week for the surge towards the upside was the Chancellor Angela Merkel. She described the euro as being too weak, and that's what pretty much sent the euro and also with the US dollar as well. But the US dollar did gain some momentum overnight after rebounding from the lows, which was where Trump's election victory came in early November 2016. Around 96.68 was a low, and the market has rallied back from there overnight to 97.30, which is reason why you can see the euro is under pressure. Now, with the FOMC minutes coming out on Thursday, could see a bit more of a direction to the US dollar to the upside and actually see a pullback to 111.55. Now, it is beneath 110.70.90 will get the bearers in play and see a further weakness and fall towards the 107. A little bit of caution because I don't have the technicals in full support of a bear move, but we do need to see further progress to the downside to get these indicators in full support to a bearish scenario. Well, with dollar yen shifting back to the upside, and potentially, as I did mention before, we could be seeing a base being built here around this 110 area. And what gives further scope to the upside would be a break of 111.90.05. This would bring into a target of 112.60.70 to 113.5. Any pullback on the day should find support around 111.30, and I do expect to see buyers from there. Well, the pound is slipped further to the downside, as you can see here, and from that 130 handle, is that the fact that the market in the early session this morning is still showing little or no show to any buyers. In light of the current pattern, we could see further weakness coming in, and we may see a potential fall towards the immediate target in sterling at 129.40, and then lower down towards 128.70 to 128.30.45. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and please look out for the intraday report that will be released soon. And also, I hope you have a great day that's about to commence.